Wednesday. Or no, it's Tuesday. My days are like all off this week because I worked on Sunday. So I keep thinking it's one day ahead. But Megan and I are going to be vlogging and doing an unedited day in life today. It is 5:30. I just woke up and my plan is to go work out this morning. Luckily, I feel like pretty well rested. And I'm gonna get up, gonna do it. We're doing the dang thing. My gym bag is mostly packed, so I just need to change and brush my teeth and do all that stuff. Making pretty good time this morning, packing my lunch, and then I need to fill up my water bottle, and then I'll be on my way. We don't really have any leftovers, so we usually have some emergency lunches in our freezer. This is healthy choice. Simply Steamers meatball marinara. It's typically like my go-to emergency lunch. So packing one of those. I'll get my water. And then I'll be on the way. I'm thinking today's gonna be an upper body day because I did a leg day over the weekend and my legs are still feeling it. So something, we need to cover a different body part today, I think. But I'm hopeful today will be a nice, manageable day. Yesterday was a little bit of a longer day. I worked like 8.5 hours, partly because we had a meeting that we had to go over stuff. And I added someone in that was not initially on my schedule. So today, I know that I have someone on my schedule that I'm going to not see them because they're on vacation. And so that gives me a little bit of freedom in terms of, like, if I miss their visit, I could either add in an eval that is not already on my schedule. I know we have a couple outstanding evals. If both those evals are on my schedule that I'm expecting, then I could either have like a shorter day because I'm just gonna miss the one person's visit, or I could be nice and help out my coworker if he has like a longer day. So we will kind of see how the day plays out, but it should be totally manageable, I think. Famous last words. Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to an unedited day in the life video. So you're and I are going to be vlogging our day today, and like all of our unedited day in life videos, we are not adding any extra music or cuts or edits so that we can have as unfiltered of a look into our day as possible. I thankfully did not have to work out this morning because I don't usually work out on Tuesday mornings. So I slept in. It's 6:50. I have like 45 minutes to an hour before I need to leave. So I figured I should probably get up because I've already hit snooze multiple times. So let's go downstairs and make some breakfast. Can't even see what I'm doing. 0.5. I'm doing my classic cinnamon toast for breakfast with cream cheese. And I figured I would talk about my day to give you guys a little inside scoop. As of yesterday, it's kind of like this could very well change because as of right now, my day seems like it's going to be a little bit shorter. And I only had like 5 hours and 45 minutes of treatment, is what my boss had kind of texted me. So that would be a shorter day. However, I don't know of any skilled admits that may or may not be coming. So that could be a possibility. Actually, I need to like think in my head of like, do we have rooms available? We probably do. But obviously if skilled admits come, that could add on to my day. And then I'm guessing that she already added on some people that we have orders for who are like Part B that I could evaluate. So I think I'm anticipating having like 2 of those evals today, unless things get shuffled around because of admits. But still seems like it should be a shorter day, which would be kind of nice. However, yesterday when I went into work, I initially had like 6 hours of treatment, and then, which that would have been a shorter day. And then admits ended up coming and I did some other evals, so I was there for over 8 hours yesterday. But nonetheless, should be a good day. I'm trying to think of if we have anything going on after work today. I know Sierra's probably going to want to edit the podcast because we recorded that yesterday. But otherwise, I might try to deal with my car and stuff this afternoon because it's been repaired and fixed, but I'm trying to deal with my insurance stuff to figure something out before I go to pick it up. So hopefully I can pick that up after work. Look at him. It was Vegas' second birthday yesterday, and he had doggy daycare, and they threw a cute little birthday party, and he got cake, and now he's exhausted. I'll show you guys the cake they made him, or I'm sure they didn't make this, they probably pick it up. How cute is that? So I guess now Sierra and I can slowly feed him the rest of this. I am eating breakfast in our office this morning. Sometimes I go upstairs and go back to my room, and then sometimes I feel like if I want to go on my computer, I've been coming in the office. So Carrie Dayton just uploaded an Inside the Fitting Room at American Eagle, so I'm gonna watch that and then probably go upstairs and start getting ready for work. I've been complaining about this already plenty, and like we just recorded our podcast yesterday, so I mentioned that in that podcast as well. But today is day 9 of me going to work, because over the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, I worked at least a little bit for reasons that I don't need to elaborate on. But I worked it wasn't like a full 2 days. I worked like 5 hours collectively over Saturday and Sunday. But nonetheless, like I am sick and tired of, I promise I'm wearing a shirt, it doesn't really look like it, but I am tired of working. So I'm very much looking forward to the 3-day weekend that we have coming up for the 4th, and then also Sierra and I have a long weekend the weekend after, so I have a couple days off of work for that. But it was like yesterday, felt like a Tuesday. Today actually like feels so far like a Tuesday. I'm not getting super confused on the days. And again, if I have a slightly short day today, that'd be kind of nice. Morning. I think you guys can literally see in the clip that I just got when I was picking up my Starbucks, I very much almost knocked my drink over when I was trying to record me picking that stuff up. So that would have been awful if I would have actually knocked it over. I got my Starbucks, my bacon gouda sandwich without the cheese, and then my refresher, no lemonade. It's 6:57. I'm getting ready to drive into work now, so I should get in. Oh my god, I just like choked on nothing. Should get in before 7:30. My podcast lineup for Tuesdays typically is I start with Up First by NPR. I listen to that on my drive to the gym, and then I listen to the Broski Report that comes out on Tuesdays. I listened to that during my workout. And now Dateline always seems like sporadic to me. Like if they have set days, I have not figured out which days it is because it always seems random. But there is a new Dateline episode that just came out, so that is my listen for my drive into work this morning. It's 7:46 right now, so I mean all I really have to do is like brush my teeth and change, and then I'm out of here. But I'm probably gonna be in a little bit after 8 because I was spending too much time on YouTube, and I was like, I don't really want to get ready for work. It is 7:52. Just put Vegas in his crate, and I'm off to work. I have a pretty quick commute, so I really should be in about 8 o'clock. Alright, maybe I'll catch up to you guys around lunchtime just to check in with how my day's going. It is 8:01. I just pulled into work, so let's go see what my schedule looks like for the day. I am on my lunch break. I've had a pretty good morning so far, and as of right now, I've got a skilled admit that I have to do this afternoon who is already here, luckily, and then there's also another evaluation that I might potentially do just for like Part B orders, and then I've got one last skilled treatment that I need to do. So far, it is looking like it's going to be a slightly shorter day, which will be kind of nice. I'm on my lunch break right now, if I didn't already say that, and I was trying to call like my insurance claim agent to see if I could talk to someone to let me know if I should pick my car up or not, but that went to voicemail, and so I have not been able to get a hold of them. So at this point, I feel like I'm just gonna go pick my car up and hope I can get reimbursed later. So that'll be another fun thing to deal with. But yeah, smooth morning so far. I already did, I did a discharge for someone who was being seen outpatient. I did just a normal treatment for an outpatient person. We're discharging later this week. And then I did a Part B evaluation for someone in long-term care. And probably I did one other treatment and then like a research on someone else. So it's been a fairly smooth morning. And yeah, I always love when that happens. So I will probably just chat with you guys when I'm done with work for the day. Okay, it is 3:30. I apologize for my lack of clips that I did not get during the day, but I'm gonna kind of quickly run you through my caseload of what I did and who I saw today. So my first patient was someone who just came skilled yesterday. She had a fall in her apartment and now she's here. She had pelvic fractures, which if you don't know, like you can't really do anything for pelvic fractures, so they're usually just weight bearing as tolerated. And you know, you try and work on some pelvic stability and just progressing them with their functional mobility and walking as best they can. She was already in bed for like, it was early in the morning when I came and was seeing her. So sometimes when I'm helping people get up and get ready for the day, like here's where like this is the art of physical therapy, or like the art of therapy. It's like the science versus the art, and justifying what you're doing when you're seeing someone. If I do what I would consider like an OT type session where I'm not going to just not help them get dressed and not help them get ready for the day just because I'm doing therapy with them, and I'm not going to wait and like make them do that with the aid. So we make it functional and we do it as part of our therapy session. Typically when I'm helping them with dressing or hygiene stuff, I will bill it as balance. So if they're sitting on the edge of the bed, working on weight shifting, having to, you know, use their arms to get their clothes on or to like lean forward to put their pants on, that's what I'm typically focusing on. And from my experience, that's what other PTs will typically bill it as. And then if we're doing, you know, washing your hands or washing or brushing your teeth at the sink, doing any sort of combing your hair, that's obviously balance related to being able to reduce upper extremity support on the walker or the sink or whatever they're needing for balance. How long can they balance? How much help are you providing when they're balancing? That's kind of how I not even get around, like it is balanced, but that's how you have to like get creative with sessions sometimes, because you know, at the start of the day you kind of have to figure out who you can see, and if I just said everyone's in bed, I can't see anyone, then like that's slowing my day down. So sometimes you have to help people get ready for bed or get out of bed, get ready for the day. So that was my first session. Working on obviously getting in and out of bed, standing, walking short distances in the room with a walker, and then tried to run through some seated exercises. She was kind of nauseous, and so that didn't carry over super well, but that was my session with her. Saw another lady who is here skilled for decline in function at home. She is planning on staying at our facility for long-term care, so we're just working on increasing her independence and strength as much as she can tolerate. She has a lot of back pain, so that's a limiting factor. So worked on getting her out of bed. She was in bed again when I saw her this morning. And then we've been trying to get her up for meals in the recliner. And so, and then nursing also needed her weight today. So she's been working on wheelchair propulsion. She doesn't walk. She just transfers from point A to point B, and then she'll wheel herself in the wheelchair. So we worked on bed exercises first, getting out of bed, transferred to the wheelchair. I had her push herself down the hallway. We got her weight, and then I pushed her back because she was just really exhausted today. And then we got her from the wheelchair into the recliner. And that was our session today. Who else did I see? I eval'd someone who I was seeing. She was here skilled, insurance cut her, so now she's here long-term care working with therapy to maybe go back home. It kind of depends on how much we can progress her. She has dementia, so that's another limiting factor with how much she's participating. But we need to get her back on caseload, so I just re-evaluated her so she could be back on. I saw a Part B person working on mostly walking. We did like the new step bike and standing and transfers and stuff too. We had a progress note for today. She actually is meeting her walking goal. She did like 10 feet. So we upgraded that one, and then transfers we're still working on, standing and transferring with decreased assistance. I saw another lady. We picked her up for working on transfers. She got a skin tear in the easy stand lift, and so I downgraded her to a Hoyer. I think we're gonna just leave her at a Hoyer because she doesn't sound like she wants to do easy stand anymore. And then I switched out her leg rest today because
the leg that has a skin tear, she keeps like putting off to the side to like extend it, because when it's bent in that 90-90 position, it's like, I think, pulling on her skin and stretching it uncomfortably. And so I got an elevating leg rest to see if that helps it feel better. Who else did I see? I saw another Part B person this afternoon. He had a fall, mostly because he was trying to self-transfer and didn't use his call-out, and so working on safety awareness education, and then also get him on our restorative program probably, so just working on transfers, different strengthening stuff we can do, and different balance stuff we can do for that program. I saw a person over at the independent living apartments. She was here skilled and then transitioned back home a couple weeks ago, and we're just continuing to see her to prevent rehospitalization, ensure carryover, to make sure she stays at the apartment and does not come back skilled. So we worked on some high-level balance stuff today. We actually did a progress note today, so we rechecked some of her goals. We did a Berg, which is a balance assessment. She is up 4 points from her last assessment. She got a 35 initially, and she got a 39 today. The Berg is good for telling you if you need an assisted device or not, and so she does typically have a walker, and her score would indicate that she needs a walker, but she, before coming here skilled, did sometimes go without the walker, so just educating her on continuing to use the walker based off what we're seeing. Sorry, it's hot in here, I'm like sweating. And I think that might be everyone that I saw today. If not, it's pretty dang close. So yeah, that was my day. It was good. Good day. No groups. Nothing crazy. And now I'm gonna go home. It is a little bit past 4 o'clock. I'm done with work for the day. And I'm going to go pick up my car. I'm done with my insurance. I'm not gonna get into it with you guys, but I'm mad. Anyways, I'm gonna go return my rental car, and then hopefully either they have a courtesy car that can drop me off at the place my car's at, or I can call the place my car's at and they can come get me, and we'll see how long this takes. First things first, now that I'm home, I've got my gym bag. I'll typically unpack this, and then I've got dirty clothes that go straight to my hamper. I've got stuff that I need to put back in my bathroom, throw those out, and then I usually just keep my gym bag. Is there something else in here? No. Right there. I'm going to change, and then I think the only like must-do stuff in my to-do list tonight is to edit the podcast that we recorded yesterday and to work on like the podcast Instagram. So I'll change and then I'll start doing that. I should try to keep track of how long this takes me. I'm importing clips now. It's 4:11. Typically, I feel like it takes me, I'm hoping for like an hour or less to get everything edited, and then at least uploading it might take a little bit longer to actually get everything uploaded, but a lot of it's a waiting game of like waiting for things to save. On another note, while this is importing, you guys, Project Hail Mary officially has a trailer out now. If you guys have been watching our channel for any length of time, I feel like anytime we talk about books, we always talk about how Project Hail Mary is like one of our all-time favorites. We have made so many of our friends and family read this book. It's kind of ridiculous, and everyone has loved it. And so the trailer for that came out, and the movie is supposed to come out in March of next year. So we are very incredibly excited. I'm excited just based off of the trailer. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good adaptation. I also have read and watched The Martian, although I watched The Martian before I read it, and I thought it was like a really fair adaptation. So I also love Ryan Gosling, so I'm just really excited to see the movie. This is again promo for if you have not read that book, you should read it. I think everyone and anyone would love that book. Hey Vegas. Okay, back to editing. I also might grab a Coke if I'm being honest. I just gave the guy the keys, and I remember they said to fill it up with gas before I came back, and I did not. I hope you can see this okay. As far as podcast editing, it's like 4:25, I think. I'm saving the audio and video versions of the podcast, and I think I just found the short clip that I want to make. I need to save that. Vegas is outside. He's wanting me to play with him. He found this stick, and he's wanting me to throw it. Sit. Ready? So this has been like his new little pastime before he comes inside. He wants to do a couple rounds of fetch, and then it gets hot, and then he gets tired, and then we can go inside. Oh, nice! He never does that. Sit. Vegas, sit. He's 2 years old now, guys. His birthday was just it was yesterday. Sit. So, he's a big boy. Learning so much. Now he drops his sticks. That is crazy. He never does that, you guys. One more. One more for the camera. At the very least, I have my car back, so I'm happy about that. I also didn't know, like, my entire dashboard, it seems like they cleaned it. My car's fixed. There's no more scratches. So I'm happy about that. Hopefully I can still figure out this insurance stuff to go my way a little bit more. But I'm gonna head home now and see what Sierra and I have planned for this evening. I am going to get situated on my computer here to watch the new Ryan Trahan video. I just put in my work password to my personal computer. That's how you know I've been at work too much recently. Okay. My snack of choice today, pretzel sticks. Drink of choice today, Coke. Give me 5 minutes to enjoy myself. It's 6:07. I've been kind of lazy and just been on my computer after finishing editing. And we're gonna make some garlic chicken. We've got some leftover rice. Do you think we need to make more? How much we have? I mean for leftover food probably. Or for lunches. Yeah. Alright, dinner is done as soon as we take the asparagus out here. Yummy, yummy. Alright, let's plate this all up. Here's the final meal all plated up, and it looks like we should have enough to
Get us through the rest of the week.
get us 4 meals, which is good for lunches for the rest of the week. Come here. I need to adjust the lighting. We're doing a family outing. I need this to be lighter. That's the wrong way. Sorry. 7 o'clock, finish up with dinner. And I just felt like getting out and enjoying the nice weather. And Megan said she'd come join us. Take Vegas on a walk. Oh wait, I need to, I don't think I have towels upstairs. Let's go, mister.
Come on.
He's really moseying today.
We're not in halfway. Like we're actually so far from halfway. We just got back from our walk, and I'm gonna try and record a TikTok. It's almost 8 o'clock. And I was thinking of a TikTok idea while we were on the walk, and I was like, it's July 1st, which means I could do a monthly reading wrap-up for the month of June. So I'm gonna try and figure out where I want to get things situated. I already have the tripod and the filming light that I usually have been using for TikToks if I need to up here. So I know it's dead. That'd be annoying. Look at this precarious setup I've got going on. My phone's dying, so I have it plugged into the wall. And then this thing was also dying, the light, but I have a portable charger that I don't even know how I did that, but I have it just like hooked on there, because if it's not centered and balanced right, it's gonna like not stay. But I think I'm just gonna sit here, and I've got 5 books I need to discuss. And I'm gonna make it kind of like a rapid fire, like if I had to describe the sentence or the plot in like 1 sentence, and then what I read of the book. And I think that'll keep it nice and short and sweet. I'm hobby maxing right now. I'm listening to the audiobook of Fearless on Spotify, and I haven't book journaled in literally months, so I updated my book journal with what I could. I've also been so lazy. When I have stuff actually for book club that I am so behind on. This has really gone to the wayside, if I'm being totally honest. I started it last year. This is my like 2024 like reading tracker, and I did basically finish it. Technically I didn't go through and write everything with my Micron pen, but I feel like the pencil is good enough, and I just don't know if I care to go back and go through with the nice pen. I could update this. I could also make a new one for 2025 for book club stuff. Ooh, I could even do a podcast book club one. This is all like, I have 20 minutes before I need to like get ready for bed, so I probably won't
start all these now, but I want to try and pull this out more often. I updated my series tracker. Since I last had updated this, I had only read one more Throne of Glass book. Surprisingly, I hadn't read any other series books, but I did start and finish the Prison Healer series, and then I read the Shepherd King series, so I was able to add those in. I unhauled one book. Megan and I went to half-price books and got rid of a few things. And then this is my anticipated releases page. I highlighted a few of the books that we have picked up since I was last on here. I got Great Big Beautiful Life, and then I got One Golden Summer. I've read both of those. We do actually have Wild and Wrangled. I just haven't read it yet, so I could probably highlight that one. We also have Deep End that I haven't read yet. I kind of slacked on filling out my anticipated releases page, if I'm being totally honest. I need to like wait for I guess I could do, I want to do a spread for the Prison Healer series. I might just do it actually on this because I used to do one page for spreads, so that'll go there. I updated my alphabet challenge with some books that I've read since I last updated it. And then this I've been waiting to print out enough stuff so that I wasn't wasting any paper. So I printed out the 3 Prison Healer series books, and then The Serpent and the Wings of Night is going to go in this Best Quotes award spot. And that is it. So I'm going to put this on next, and then I will make a spread for the Prison Healer, and that's realistically probably all that I will get done today. But maybe now that I've thought about updating my book club stuff and the book club podcast, maybe I'll add those in the future. So in the meantime, I'm going to continue crafting and continue listening. Okay, this page is officially done. Now, time to fill this one in. It's just about 9 o'clock. I did manage to get done my spread for the Prison Healer. This is what it looks like. Pretty happy with it. Just, you know, with what I have already. Used some washi tape, some stickers, my little HP sprocket printer to print off the covers. I need to get some more stuff if I want to keep book journaling. I always forget how fun this is. Like when I am doing it, it's so fun and relaxing, so I should start doing this more. Yeah. Here it is, looking all cutesy and stuff. Now, this is the cover, by the way, that I have. These stickers I think are from Redbubble. I need to clean up, and then I will go upstairs, start getting ready for bed, probably grab the physical Fearless book that I have, and keep reading. I'm finishing up my evening by packing my gym bag for the morning, and then I need to brush my teeth, got my stuff laid out, and then we'll try and finish up by doing a little bit of reading. I'm currently reading The Tenant by Frida McFadden, and I started it a couple days ago. So far, it's going okay. If you guys ever wonder, I just hook this camera on like the tripod we have. I like hook it on this towel rack, and that usually works pretty well. So, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this day in the life video. It's kind of nice to do the unedited ones every once in a while just to make it easier on ourselves for editing, and I don't know if you guys feel like they're any more insightful or not, or if they're basically the same, and then we just put in a bunch of effort into our other videos for no reason. But I think I'll brush my teeth and then I'll go get Sierra so we can end the video off together. Alright, we are ending the vlog here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the unedited day in our life. Make sure you subscribe to our channel down below if you have not already, and let us know what else you guys might want to see us make videos about. Okay, see you guys in our next video. Bye.